the former president is speaking because he's a sore loser?
Absolutely not. And I don't find fault in what President Uhuru Kenyatta has been doing, encouraging young people to step up, not just in the political front, but across the board, in business, innovation, and even in sport. And that is what he has done across the continent. Why he gets invitations to speak is because of his outstanding performance in trying to transform this country. You know, we have a government in power that lacks legitimacy. So any little thing provokes those who are extreme beneficiaries of the oppressive regime. That is why you see my brother here, Honorable Nelson Koech, is aggrieved. Honorable Soro and all the others you saw yesterday and over the weekend are unhappy when the former president reminds Kenyans that, hey, you need to step up in every other field. For them, they only think that he's inciting young people to get into politics and to push this regime out of power. They know Kenyans don't like this government. There is no government that has been unpopular like this government is. And I can tell you...
Do you want to define what oppressive regime is?
Oppressive in the sense that, I was getting to that, when Honorable Koech here tells us that there are people who are killed and thrown into River Yala, the most recent is what we have been seeing. And the government confessed, the president confessed, whereby we've seen young people get killed. We've seen young people get abducted in broad daylight. We've seen disappearances. What can you tell us about that? We had over and today, sorry to say, I have to mention this. I know it's a different media house, but BBC will be releasing a documentary on how many Kenyans were killed and how many have disappeared in just a short period of 2 years. Remember, in 2023, during the finance bill debate, sometime between April and July, yeah, we had massive killings in especially Kisumu and Kisii. I believe you remember that. But most of us are trying to remember what happened last year. So when President Uhuru Kenyatta steps up and speaks and encourages young people to step up to the plate in various fields, the current regime and the beneficiaries of this oppression and the schemes that are organized to benefit just a few get angry that people are getting informed. That is what makes these people get the kind of anger we are seeing. And you know, Kenya is in a political crisis whereby this government is hanging on a thread, or the president is clutching on straws. Why? Because at one point, Kenyans almost brought down this government. But they keep giving excuses. It is the former deputy president. Sorry. There were interferences from organizations that they later came to start praising, like the Ford Foundation and all that. Yet, really, the issue in this country is incompetency, all the way from the top. And that has come, and it is affecting service delivery. Service delivery has made young people begin agitating. And by agitating, these people in government are feeling threatened. And what I've seen from what young people, especially in Kenya, have decided is that we will wait for these people and deal with them in the ballot. Okay. Because the way they wanted it to happen was unconstitutional. And when they tried to push it, they were killed, and we know. So don't give us excuses that people were thrown in River Yala and what have you. And what did President William Ruto do then? He was in government. He was sitting in the Security Council. He should have been able to speak up. He never did. So don't give us those excuses. All right. Don't scapegoat. President Uhuru Kenyatta has no fault in encouraging young people to step up. And I also encourage young people, go get your IDs, go register as voters. We have to get this regime out of power.
Now, Mheshimiwa